Hi everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Los Angeles. It's fight week. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder going at it this Saturday for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. I'm being joined with Deontay Wilder's trainer, Mr. Deas. And Jay, they got into it again up there in the final press conference. Did you speak to Deontay after?
No. There's no need for me to speak to him. He's a grown man. He knows what he's doing. This is two big, strong guys that have had long, tedious camps. Now they're on fight week. Now they're on fight site. The fight's just a very short period away. And so tensions are going to be high. The intensity is going to be there. They're in each other's faces. And then, of course, you got a bunch of people around them that aren't getting in the ring that also, are going to be talking back and forth. So sometimes these things happen. But at the end of the day, they're going to get in the ring, and there's only going to be 3 people in the ring, and one of them's the referee. So the other 2 guys got to fight it out.
Tyson mentioned to us after that he feels that he got into Deontay's head, that he's trying to hype himself up, and that's why he acted the way he did. What's your response to that?
Well, he can think whatever he wants, and if that helps him, believe that he has some kind of a mental edge on Deontay, then that's fine. But that's not true. The truth is Deontay knows exactly what he's doing. He's a cool, calm, collected fighter. He's so mature, such a high ring IQ. Deontay may see a weakness in round 1 and wait, and it manifests itself again in round 3, and he knocks you out. So he's a very intelligent guy. He's not the kind of guy that's going to get in a shouting match and let that affect anything that he's going to do in the ring.
You being his trainer and you mentioning that he does have a boxing IQ, I know he gets a lot of crap about not being the most technical, not having a boxing IQ from a fan perspective. Do you feel that I would guess that you see that and you think like, no, you guys are underrating Deontay's boxing skills.
Yeah, you don't make the Olympic team with 20 fights if you can't box. You don't win the only medal for the United States if you can't box, because most of the amateur fights are not knockouts. You don't beat a guy like Bermane Stiverne over 12 rounds, a prime Bermane Stiverne, if you can't box. You don't beat a guy like Luis Ortiz if all you can do is punch. You don't beat a guy of that caliber if all you can do is punch, if you're deficient in all these other areas, as people seem to think about Deontay. So no, we know Deontay can box. He can also punch. He's kind of the total package. I know that there are times when it looks unusual and it looks awkward. I tell people all the time, look at the second Stiverne fight when he knocked Stiverne down with the 1-2, textbook 1-2. Then once he was down, he threw awkward, unusual shots from unusual angles, then knocked him down. So he's able to do both. Vladimir Klitschko threw everything correct. Vitaly Klitschko threw nothing correct. They're both Hall of Famers. So there's more than one way to get the job done. Fortunately, Deontay can do it all.
When you look at this fight, he's saying knockout. You come to expect almost every Deontay Wilder fight, it's a knockout. But you being in the trenches, do you see it going 12 rounds? Do you want to see Deontay box, or you want to get him out of there?
We prepare for 12 rounds regardless. So, we do a lot of situational sparring. Whatever it comes, we want to be ready for it, because you never know what's going to happen in that ring. And so if the knockout comes, that's a great thing. But if it doesn't, we're fully prepared to go 12.
But what's your hunch? Every trainer always has a hunch. What's your hunch?
Well, I never call rounds or anything like that. I definitely feel we're going to win the fight, that Deontay's going to win in spectacular fashion. But I never am a guy that calls rounds, because I'm not the one in the ring. I think that if the guys in the ring want to say what round and what they're going to do to each other and all that, I'm totally cool with that. But I don't think it's for any of the rest of us to do that from the sidelines. Just as a sign of respect to both guys, I never call rounds and all that. I simply feel that our preparation is great and we're going to win the fight.
When you do mitts with them, how does it feel when you do mitts with them?
Typically when we do mitts, after we do mitts, you'll see that my arm like this, but after we do mitts, you'll see every vein in my arm all the way around is standing up about this tall. So you'll see that it's shock trauma. It's trauma that's happening when he's hitting those
blunt force.
It actually, it's like a blunt force trauma thing, and the veins stand up on point for about 5 minutes afterwards. It's quite a funny thing when you see it. Now, it's not so funny to me because I can feel it all in my elbows and everything.
Do you have tendonitis from it and all that?
Definitely. And Mark Breland got his shoulder dislocated. Coach Cuz Hill had his thumb fractured. We have 3 mitt men for this very reason. So holding mitts for Deontay is a whole otherworldly experience.
Fury keeps talking about knockout, knockout, knockout. You guys have studied Fury. A lot of people would say you don't have power. What are you talking about, knockout? Wilder mentioned that on stage. When you hear that, what goes on through your mind as a trainer?
You know, I think that the boxer in this fight can punch, and the puncher in this fight can box. So I think both guys can kind of do it all. Fury, you know, he knows his way around a ring, and he's going to do whatever he can do to win the fight. And it's our job to not let him do that. You know, it's our job to do what we do and dictate the fight, and that's what we got to do. You can't be 9-10 rounds in against Tyson Fury saying, you know, well, we just need to land the big punch, because that didn't work for Klitschko. You know, we've got to make inroads, we've got to have progress early, and that's what we look to do.
Fury has given Wilder and the team props. He says that this fight is a more difficult fight than the Klitschko fight because he feels mentally Wilder believes in himself and he's so much more stronger than Vladimir Klitschko. You've been in camp with Deontay, you knowing him as intimate as you do. What does this fight really mean to him?
Oh, this is everything to Deontay. This is the trampoline. This is the fight that he can jump on that trampoline and catapult himself into the stratosphere, not just of heavyweight boxing or boxing in general, but the sports world and really entertainment and sports all together. The world will open up to him. A lot of things will open up, and this is the fight that gets him to that point. The Ortiz fight, which everybody advised against, was somehow, now you look back and you see it was the best thing that ever happened, because it got us to this stage, and this stage, you know, will get us to the next stage. So this is a great thing for Deontay, and it means everything to him.
And for you?
Oh, the same. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm very excited about it. I just go day by day. You know, Deontay gets so excited. I'm the calmer one. What's our?
You get butterflies and all that, right?
Not when I'm working. I'm good. If I'm watching a fighter that I know or that I'm friends with or whatever, and I'm not working, I get very nervous, even if I'm watching on TV. But if it's my guy, you just kind of get, you know, you just go into mode, and your job is your job, and you get the job done, and you don't really think too much about anything other than doing your job.
I see the energy from you. You're excited for this, huh?
I'm excited.
Living it up.
I'm in a with a great team, with a great fighter, and we're with a great opportunity. And that's the thing that Deontay's wanted for so long, is the biggest opportunities. And I think finally he's getting them. No heavyweight in the world can say they fought Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury in the same year. Nobody has that resume. So it's kind of funny that the guy that was the, oh, when's he going to fight somebody guy, is now, as it turns out, everybody sees he's the guy actually fighting the best.
And then Joshua after, you think? Or you're not confident about that?
There's nothing after this fight. There's only this fight. And after this fight, I'll be glad to talk about the future. But right now, it's all about Saturday night. It's all about the guys that want to fight. It's all about the guys that showed up and signed the paperwork to fight. And those two guys are Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury.
Jay, I can't wait. It's going to be an exciting matchup. Thank you. I appreciate it. Great chatting with him right here. JDs, you'll be in the corner of Mr. Deontay Wilder, who defends his WBC heavyweight title against Tyson Fury this Saturday in Los Angeles at the Staples Center.